Hey folks, it's day 127 of Nofap. It's the 22nd of February 2021. So I somehow I got out of bed early enough. And it's about I think 6:47, 6:48. So I've got a bit of time before work starts. But yeah, it's Monday, starting off the week. I was able to get about half my homework assignment done last night, plus one of the pre-lecture quizzes. The other one is a discussion, basically, where you just sort of ask questions about the material. You gotta post at least one, maybe two questions, um, like the reading material. And there's a quiz on Wednesday. It's one of the two quizzes we have during the semester. I think both of them together are basically worth the equivalent of an exam. So, I would like to finish up the homework tonight. I know I gotta make at least one change to the solutions for the problems that I did get done. Kind of realized that as I was driving to work, kind of running things through my mind, but want to get that done tonight, and then have the remainder of the night or the evening rather, and then tomorrow to basically do sort of my final review before the quiz. Other than that, I did my availability for an interview. I'll probably be emailing them back today, saying hey, I submitted it, last Friday. I probably should have emailed her then, but be that as it may, we're here, so I'm going to email her today, and just let her know if she hasn't seen that I submitted my availability, and then hope we get an interview lined up, get that sort of thing done. Other than that, I've had sort of the same old kind of stuff in my mind. Stuff with regards to my family, and having to sort of remind myself of why I got the heck out of there, why I established certain boundaries and cut lines of communication with certain people. How dealing with them and their behavior has, not to get all emotional, but how it quote unquote made me feel, or to put it this way, why I had such a strong emotional reaction, or why I had those specific emotions dealing with their behavior and their treatment of me, stuff like that. Because for one thing, when my dad was in the hospital, it was my sister was, she basically used that crisis to try to get me back into try to get her hooks back into me through using my dad's phone to call me. And then she was basically doing what in the quote unquote red pill they would call monkey branching. I don't know if it's even just in the red pill, it's just a term, monkey branching, over where she was essentially asking me if I would shoulder all these financial burdens, and can I count on you for this and that? And I was like, I can't do that. I had at least enough of a spine. I was cognizant enough to be able to say no, I can't be doing that. Paying for a mortgage and all that kind of stuff, because it's no one would be having to do that kind of stuff or think about that if it wasn't for certain people now wanting to knock off their abusive behavior and stop doing dumb stuff. But needless to say, I had to remain cognizant of the actual dynamics of the situation, and not let that kind of stuff get in the way of my mission, because I've got way too much on the line, and obviously none of them are gonna really care if things fall apart for me. Actually, in fact, they probably will be happy, because it would mean me having to go back there and go back to being basically this useful idiot. And my life would be over at that point. So, just keeping cognizant of that, not thinking about it too much. It's kind of sad that, like, it's almost like my dad is their pawn because, I've said in the past that he's very much like my first hero growing up as a kid. It's kind of a natural sort of thing to look at your father like that. Unless he's, a total scumbag, or he's just not there for whatever reason. And also, like, seeing him as very much, nowadays, might use the term alpha. He's very alpha when it came to his work and his career, education, all kind of stuff, up to a certain point. And I think that point where he started turning more beta was, like, literally when he, like, met the woman who became my mom, and they got married, and, I've kind of gone over some of the details of all of that. But, it's sort of this point where, in many ways, he's kind of like the stereotypical nice guy when it comes to women. And, this is why, like, in my opinion, is really why, like, if you want to use the term red pill to kind of, sort of, as a placekeeper, placeholder, so it's really, like, important to be red pill aware, because it's not about hating women. It's not about getting laid. It's not about, getting as much as you can of that, the lack of red pill awareness, I feel on his part, is really what's in many ways led to this kind of stuff, because, and it's something that I had to become aware of myself. Like, for instance, learning about cluster B personality types, learning about what abuse is like, or what it, really looks like, and how to get out of, a really bad situation or bad relationship, or how to handle, like, manipulation and things of that nature, because I see them using him as their pawn, and just using him also sort of as a beating post up into the point where he ends up in the hospital, and then it's like, oh, for a moment they'll feel that fear, that concern that there's not going to be someone there to take their garbage or take care of them, and then they'll back off for a little bit, but in the midst of it, I'll become like the bad guy, that is, if I let myself be dragged back into it. So I'm just going to try not to do that. Other than that, obviously I got to deal with stuff at work. Sometimes you have coworkers who, seem to be sort of, always on the lookout to sort of find something that you're, in their eyes, at fault for. Just create drama, so you got to go and explain to the boss this, that, or the other. Even though, like, it's not a major issue, or, like, I don't know. Yeah, I have to deal with some coworkers who, they will refuse to learn how these machines work, and they'll, like, freak out over the slightest thing, and they'll cause some drama, and then the engineer gets called in, and it becomes this whole, like, drama fest, or stuff with the lab supplies and how things are organized, and it's like, I'm clearly following the quote-unquote regulations, if you will, and no, that's actually not an issue, calm down, things of that nature. And then I have to sort of sometimes deal with sort of the, I guess, frustration or anger of some of the engineers or other people on the team, and it's sort of annoying, because you just want to sort of snap in the mouth and be like, okay, this is because this person isn't, isn't all that bright or competent or cognizant or whatever the case may be. But, knowing full well, if I did say that, I'd probably be creating more problems for myself than I'd be solving. So I don't say that, but stuff I gotta deal with. I have to sort of be, on point about stuff. But anyways, I think it's coming up on 7, close, maybe a few minutes beforehand. So I'm gonna finish up recording, and maybe this afternoon, when I actually have enough time to sit down and make a longer video, I can do that. But for right now, I'm gonna finish up recording and upload this, and I'm gonna head in. So thanks for watching, and I will see you folks around in the next video. Bye.